abusuafo obeje di say Bank of Ghana headquarters in Konyana egu eye Bank of Ghana headquarters no amanebo ene enchiremu echese nkonyano Ghana eti sika $11.1 million ena omo edi ekoto sa nkonyano ebegu eye Bank of Ghana headquarters abusia in some way ena ababon chese say reporter ababon ten eno no me pese me kasa bo an pese yeko na ekoko tie ensem ni mu akasa enchiremu na se yewie na se wo ho agyenkyire bi abomode na ya kire ya adwen na obehya ne nso e de ama yese ha abusuya eye brightermedia GH so se ena de dik monitwe channel so a ye besro se obe subscribe be like na wa bo ahya ma foforo pensem ni bi atie no anya bi atie yenko ne kotie eye abadwafo mo nsem omode abatudwane na efa eye Bank of Ghana headquarters a omo ekira nanado abrano owo eye abanmu ene eye former Bank of Ghana governor ye papa Dr. Ernest Addison abrana omo ewo ehono chese sika omo ete ye koto eye nkonwa ebegu eye Bank of Ghana headquarters no chese eye $11.1 million abusuya yetie emu nsembemna sesia no be sha no se ha ye be media GH so yeah that's
11.1 million yede koto nkonwa ese no yede koto nkonwa yede kogu Bank of Ghana headquarters now o share sika ya committee into this particular construction as a building kutoa Ivan na ko be say enti say yetewo na yes Ghana ye ni sika na wapayo na say den pa because o hwe sika awuramu a anye sika ketwa enkura keke 11.1 million
enti obika cho say ye nim nyansa ni see the independence.
Oh,
I think say you should also understand it.
Why?
Because akwase baby a wudu tibeto wunni baby a du tibeto na obi ache osika na wafra wonamfofo se monko tena kempiski na monko gimoni nti mo be gimoni the whole day no ba na sa mancho ha na oba beda nipa only vision nipa only plan no that is what you do, and that's exactly how we've been behaving in the past years. Because at the time of this idea of Bank of Ghana buy, at that time, na Ghana was in a serious economic predicament. We are aware.
Yeah.
Because officially Ghana declared bankrupt in 2022 when we officially wrote to our creditors, external ones, at the time, we were using a fortune to pay for such a building. At the same time, that same time, Bank of Ghana was turned into a printing press. And I had the printed cash and a journey daytime, we ended up Bank of Ghana boka over 60 to 70 billion Ghana cedis.
92.3
in the history of this country. I'm not sure a single state institution in a year aboka such amount of that magnitude to that. I don't know, I'm yet to be educated on that. Over 70 billion and a Bank of Ghana kwantena hoboka. And ane over that sorry no na ye de building naba started the amount they quoted nyini kwa na nima ba beduru ene na bisa won say as a country at that time ana oman no as a by force ye je ahia fo sika pension ye sika ye debt restructuring by force because aban eni sika no e de ne be ma Ghana aban the Bank of Ghana tana aka say me kwa akosi building and a priority at the time when we are forcing people to sacrifice at the time. But because building you see a na amount for benyo mo cat because until that building goes up no amount for sika become baby enti furniture ya beye na say na ayarega sika no akonwa benya na abatena so you need to spend $11 million.
$11.1 million just for only furnitures.
And the dollars no enra madam for be free US by Ghana na oka kire me say oba Ghana no wahu this Toyota Land Cruisers brand new na abam mono no wahu several ones e wo kroma na ye no nwanwa because US baby o no kra na betu abasa bosome na on flashes aka na ba kokora but Ghana has say every blessed day these guys are moving up and down. Yanso na da bia kwa abonten kwa sresres ka bebo bosia e de ba e wo kroma na business ka na ye de den. So that is how we've been over the years. Asema parliament asema ikoda di and yes do so nsemi ma remfi the same parliament konwa na moteso mo ko free China meboa e wo kroma be debate.
It's true.
So how to empower young people in this country. Say by ya, or betimi yes, I near my way my atono. Sanim the other science and any call tono krumana and fasobia masomano. Many as I call Asia. Most of the emerging economies, some of the big countries like Indonesia, Taiwan, your friend is saying, big Asian countries that are emerging, you know. Do you know, say, the backbone behind the economy, you know, has to do with furniture and those things, kind of stuff, or more exported to our thing. Vietnam, one of the major things they do, some of this furniture, and as for they export to Europe.
Yeah.
Turkey. Over the years, you know, Ponon as if I to
Turkey doll.
So, dear, no bet me, I ain't saying. So, besides, say, how are we retooling young people in those local industries? No, some of these things will make me a producer. Come in, I come here, on Ben or Ghana, how you need to pay.
So it means our parliamentarians doesn't have the locus
exactly
to even question.
Add moral locus.
The moral locus.
Yes, legally they may have, but moral locus, you know.
The moral locus.
Yes.
To even question BoG.
BoG
for acquiring as a purchasing 11.1 million furnitures.
Yes.
Because so
you see, and I say, mine your team no, as will be a year pay. And it's the reason why Addison will have the audacity and the infantry to do what he did. At the time, and oh yes, I did. We don't forget the minority NDCtv STG demonstration.
Yeah.
Or catch some hooligans.
Yes.
The guy insulted them and called them hooligans. Said they should know a better way of demonstrating. But this is Parliament with an oversight responsibility, or where they can exercise over some of these institutions and even stop the building of that particular thing. But what happened? Ekoduru na partisan politics na ya issues na kwakwada, and that guy had the full capacity to do these things. As we are by, I'm expecting say you have a proper audit into every single dollar that was pumped into that particular thing. Now you who say indeed said sikani be for baby also akoto ngonwa over 11.1 million dollars.
Tiaso was it committee 8.6 million into integrated electronic security systems. Back with you say ICC system and network infrastructure, it cost them $8.6 million. And then another integrated electronic security system, it cost them almost $15.8 million.
No one said sikana mumbo. And you see some of these security your fans saying we are installation your moki can one me Kofi my fee last 2 years. Now your fans say there is this China your fans say Russia guys what they do is that they sell information online on those way at some point in time. Not Ghana Finance Ministry proper documents and as for were being sold on those platforms. So the documentary is out there. Oko, your friend is saying one of the streaming platforms. I will show it to you. They were selling, your friend saying, intelligence, our Ghana Finance Ministry. And you go there, they will tell you, say, oh, we have all the security buying. So, they will get away with it because Kroma and Kasa and Kasa. State institutions empowered to undertake some of these things, you know, they will not. Because some of these things, you know, you don't even need to go to Parliament and argue over it. All you have to do to get a proper audit firm, I'll go into every single dollar that was used in this particular building. You'll be able because there's a paper trail. There is a paper trail. You do comparison. I know, say price is not okay for this, you know. Is it standard across board? When you do these things, then you bring the report. When you are speaking, then we speak to fact. But some of these things, you know, depending on where the person stands across the political divide, NDC ni can't say MPP ni can't say I don't know the issue become a foolish case. We don't move anywhere. So people will continue from today going. Obisu baby see a dying. No so bubu ni kaguho because there is no centralized system in this country that are a responsibility. Ni say some of these things in some of these institutions and what they do because there is no reasonable basis for Bank of Ghana to in the first place over building that particular building at the time na Ghana was in crisis. Let alone some of these fanciful things they are mentioning in as a forum. Ni nyina ba be ye Ghana foka ayete ho. Na bisa ansam fa so be na Ghana kwa konya free sa na ma we mu. Because just say building your old. At this time now, man for you man near my busy basa. You don't spend such a fortune. At the same time, don't forget. At the same time, we are also building cathedral. At the same time, no must say Ghana ni tighten the belt, no. At the same time, we were building cathedral. So near man I be matima before one high matima before Abrabako yenidia. That has never been the priority of those in power. It has always been agenda plan. Baby, I acquire business free. That is why I'm employing Ghanaians. They need to be very vigilant and get out of this excessive partisan politics. Who say governance not at any point in time must serve the interests and the purposes of the people of this country. It must not be at the whims of some individual for the conveniences of those in power. Or no, they can easily have access. Because at any point in time, how is the government serving your interest? That should be the basic drive. I had your politics. Oh, Kruma. But Anyasana, you continue to fight among ourselves in the manner we do. We are going to create a lot of strength for people, and they will capitalize on that particular strength and allow your division way to do some of these things. Because at the time, I had this yes, I never way. Devon Yankan Okruma. It was all over in the media, demonstrations, discussion, parliament. The guy was never perturbed because somebody was telling Charlie, do it, I've given you the green light. And I know that nothing will happen. Here we are today. Parliament is asking questions. We don't even need those things. All that we need in this make sure a serious audit firm will go to Bank of Ghana, take all the documents, analyze it and tell us, say indeed, this amount of money you're inflating it to this level. Say then we know say somebody can be prosecuted.
Sure.
By the way we bandy these figures around, 11 and so what? Because we've not proven say your friend saying oh we be and you and I know say doesn't make sense. So what it means that you come now you're a proper auditor. We know how much was actually used in some of these enterprises, that we know how much was added. Then we can speak to proper fact in as a forum. But about this usual comic we've been here before. So I'm not expecting that the next stage of your politics is zoom, you know. We come back to the same square 10. The same thing because we need to prove and show seriousness at this time round. It's not business as usual. A man for my committed crime against this particular country must not get away. Now the who lady is national service or no about Kruma when you the camera dinner not just all turn who social media. Up to now, I'm not even sure whether she has been invited or not. What I say, when you do some of these things, you know, you man for Bamubu people, a man for Nyajide say, the commitment say they fight corruption is really real or not? Because the facts are available in America. Some of these scandals break it up, but the following day the FBI will pick you up and make sure say you are interrogated. Do you know why they do that? When you create that vacuum, it creates a certain sense of unseriousness. Between the government and the people. But government, you know, at no point in time must people lose confidence in government. So they do those things within short period just to sustain trust and confidence in the government. Say government is really doing this or doing that. But
here we are. Our own people are also saying it is a witch hunting.
Witch hunting, but I say when you witch, we are hunting. We can only hunt witches. If you are not a witch, what you be able to handle? Kofi will be able to handle. Yes. So we have a dear course on national service. Now a cartel at Tennessee for a period of 7 good years, inserting ghost names into pay road database. I pay more every month. That alone no should tell you the structural weakness. Me, I am not focusing on Sabayo and from one national. That is the narrow approach we always adopt. For instance, there was a time I meet morning show across some of the platforms. The focus was on 3 people now no more. I'm catch say you people don't know what you're talking about. Those people are a cartel. For them to operate successfully for 7 good years, it means there is a systemic weakness that they capitalize on that. Because national service, you know, let's know what they know. Omo register no omo call grants ni na you submit to parliament. Why do you think the law no my going to submit to parliament? Oversight responsibility. So you cross check. Controller and accountant general doing payment, you know. You are not a zombie. You list brow and go to yaka. You have a role to do oversight. So you see the institutions involved to sit there for 7 good years for this cartel to capitalize on the weakness in the system and be taking money for 7 good years, you know. I trust that the system is weak. And to me a leader, I'll rather focus on the systemic weakness in the system before answer nipa no kra ma bomb so. What has them no? But what is obiaka systemic weakness in one? What is obiaka say?
Our focus is